Mohbad may have died a couple of months ago, and so many things have happened since then, including the fact that he was hurriedly buried by his family and later removed by the police for autopsy. Naira Marley and Sam Larry, who were arrested and later released on bail, and also the DNA controversy concerning the legitimacy of Mohbad's relationship with his son Liam, which was inflamed by people like Very Dark Man and adopted by Mohbad's father himself. A constant in the story is Mohbad's father and his unusual behaviours, because from the very beginning of his son's passing, Mr. Aloba had always inserted himself into the story. From his infamous first interview, barely 24 hours of Mohbad's passing, to the many interviews he has granted so far. But recently, I think about a week ago, he granted an interview to a TVC reporter in Lagos, and the reporter asked him why Mohbad hadn't been buried after close to 4 months since he was removed for the autopsy.
My reason is this. You know, Mohbad have already been buried by me with the arrangement. They have to exhume him for some reasons, and the reason is to know exactly what came on. And since all these days now, we are still be expecting the result to come out, which is necessary before we can even make any attempt of burying. So we need the DNA and the autopsy. The DNA, yeah, but we family we need that DNA with some reason, because when Liam was born, I don't know the person they carried the placenta gift to, because immediately when they born the Liam, my son called me. When he called me and I respond, I even wanted to come and meet him, and he was just calling me that daddy, it's no need again. I was so surprised, and this kind of something had been happening since. I could remember when he bought a land, and that land was hanging with his mother-in-law. So the same thing happened concerning that placenta. He said that he no need again. They have arranged for those who is going to bury that. Okay, I have to quite. I don't say anything since then, but I was so surprised when the wife was even mentioned it. That is why I've now recollect my sense that really, who is handle the placenta?
You're wanting placenta.
Yeah.
And Mohbad was alive when they took the placenta.
Yeah.
Why do you think, what does the tradition, Yoruba tradition talk?
Concerning that, we family of the man supposed to be the one to take care of that, but I was so surprised when that was taken away from me. So, but then I didn't value it as something bigger, but it was now later that I realized that there must be something behind this. So that is what the spirit in me now said, there is something behind the placenta.
Okay,
because,
so you are still insisting that
yes, I want to know the person they give the placenta to. That is why I need the DNA and the autopsy to be out before we can do the burial.
Okay. Okay. So no matter how long it takes.
Yes, I will stand until we get the result from them. If we are not satisfied with the result, I'm sure the whole world, they are looking at us now, they will support me and take care of the body and to find the real results. So we are going to do the private test for him. That's it.
As you may have heard in the video, he gave his reasons to be related to the autopsy and the DNA results. As for the autopsy, this has to do with the government, so he can't really do anything. And the government has said that they've taken the samples and they've submitted it to a lab in the USA, and they are still waiting for the results to come out. Well, I don't know how autopsy works, but I don't think it should take this long. This is close to 4 months. Like, how long does autopsy take? Now, for the DNA results, there are two things which I will touch on. First of all, you don't need a person's entire body to do a DNA test. All you just need is maybe a blood sample or spit or hair or teeth, something. You don't need the entire human body for a DNA test. And even he himself, he is related to Mohbad, so he himself can even use his own blood to show that he is directly related to Liam. So you don't even need Mohbad's full body for a DNA test. Now on to the second aspect concerning this DNA result is the reason he gave for delaying to rebury Mohbad, and this is associated with the fact that he wasn't the one that buried Mohbad's son's placenta, which is Liam's placenta. He claimed that according to Yoruba tradition, it is supposed to be the father that is the one that is supposed to take such an action. But in this particular case, he said that he was coming to the hospital when Mohbad called him and told him that the placenta had been buried. If he had any problem, he should have raised it then, but he didn't say anything. Now, with this whole DNA controversy, which was inflamed by a very dark man, he has now found a catch point, something that he can latch onto. It is not that difficult to understand. Maybe Mohbad, being a young person that doesn't understand Yoruba culture very well, may have thought that it was not very important for the father to bury this particular placenta. Maybe the mother-in-law or the sister or the nurse or somebody may have said that, okay, we'll do this for you. And him that maybe is not very connected or doesn't understand the importance of this particular action may have allowed them to go. Now, Mohbad's father is claiming that because somebody else buried it, it must be the person, the original father. So if you are trying to make sense of what he's saying that as Wunmi gave birth, Mohbad is there. They bring out the baby, they cut out the placenta. They now give this particular placenta to somebody else that Wunmi believes is the father, and Mohbad is there. Like, how does that make any sense? Now, let us even say Mohbad is not there. What he's trying to insinuate is that maybe the mother-in-law and maybe the sister, they now give the placenta to who they believe is the original father. Like, it doesn't make any sense. What I just understand, what I believe may have happened was that Mohbad himself was not very aware of the importance of this particular action, and that is why he didn't insist that the placenta should be given to his father, because this was his first child. And he's still a young person, and maybe he didn't know better. But the way his father has now spinned it is now something else, because he's saying that until he finds out who buried the placenta, Mohbad will not be buried, which I think is very cruel, which I think is very, very, is not a good thing to do. Like, let the boy rest. This is somebody that actually buried him barely 24 hours of his passing. Now he's now refusing to bury the boy again. Everybody has their reasons, but this reason that is given concerning placenta is a terrible reason. I don't think it is. I think he has just found something to just latch onto. Now, in another excerpt from this same interview, he claimed that Mohbad had a will where the only form of authorization was Mohbad's fingerprint, and he claimed that there was absolutely no signature except for a fingerprint.
I was so sure when I hear say the 26 years was having a will. Me as a father, I'm 50, 60 years of age now. I do not have something like that. I never think of writing my will. 26 years old boy was writing a will, which is capital no. So they have to collaborate with the lawyer. The lawyer to maybe to put his hand into many things that is not right. 26 years of age, now thinking of have his own will. And Mohbad is a kind of person that he can never think of say he want to use hand to stamp it. So instead of that, he will sign. Because he's dead, they have to call lawyer to do their own mathematics inside. He interpreted the way instead of sign.
A few days after this particular video went viral, Mohbad's management released a statement on the late artist's Instagram page stating that the information related to the existence of the will was completely false. Now, going by what was read in this particular statement by the management, it's getting clear that Mr. Aloba, who is Mohbad's father, is getting involved in conspiracy theories, especially in his discussions and conversations with his supporters, his close friends, and some particular family members. I don't think he's taking his time to confirm information before he brings it out to the public. Now, this leads me to another ethical dilemma, which is the act of exposing and revealing personal family issues to the internet or the public, especially for the sake of attention. This is a particular ethical issue that we keep seeing all over, which is very close to what happened with Emeka Ike bringing his past issues to the public, which, yes, originally it went public, so he's just trying to clear his name, but at the end of the day, he now brought out so much more information, which is why I say it's an ethical dilemma. It's not easy for men and even for women to deal with difficult emotions and situations by themselves. That's why sometimes they bring it to the public. But as I said, it's a dilemma, because when you bring your problem to the general public to judge, you don't know who is this person that is judging. Some people might judge from a practical, neutral, mature standpoint, while some people might just be trolls and one-sided in their thinking, and they can just carry a narrative that is false and in fact dangerous. And I will keep seeing that all over and all over. I'm not saying that it's bad to bring your issues to the public, but it comes with its own problems. Now, I remember that in a previous video I made, which I uploaded on this particular channel, I listed out a couple of reasons for Mohbad's father's odd behaviors. And one of the reasons is that he has this very strong desire for attention, and ultimately his biggest problem is that he talks too much. And everything that has happened since I uploaded the video 3 months ago has only proven that I'm actually still very correct. Mohbad's father has a strong desire for attention, which he has proven over and over again. Since Mohbad died, he has granted so many interviews and has even released an album to honor his son, which has been met with a lot of mixed reactions. In the third and final interview for this particular video, Mr. Aloba is seen in a radio interview where he accuses his daughter-in-law Wunmi of threatening to kill him.
So another thing is, I don't know where to live now, because this threatening yesterday, when I hear somebody knocking at the gate, I was even scared that maybe it's those people that Wunmi said they want to come and kill me. And the all was seized by our side.
You said something now that your daughter-in-law might be sending people to kill you.
Yes.
Why would you say that, sir?
You did not hear the threatening voice when he called me when I was at the mountain. I did not on my phone till the evening time, when I just off phone, and he used strange line to call me. Say he can kill me. Say is anything happens, so. And I recorded the whole thing. And Father was aware of this. Upon all, he was still standing by our side. He was even stopped those people that wanted to help me, people that are saying the truth. He want to silence them.
Now, this is where Mr. Aloba's behavior is getting dangerous, because what he's accusing his daughter-in-law is very serious. I know he has actually accused her and her family so many times in the past. Especially for Wunmi, he has accused her of infidelity, and for the family and as well as Wunmi, he has accused them of keeping Mohbad's property from him. But going as far as accusing her of threatening to kill him is another level entirely. I have not heard this particular recording or what she said, but I can imagine her telling him to stop his smear campaign against her, because it could get dangerous for her, her family and her kid. But based on the anger, resentment and possible hatred towards each other, she may have said it in a rather aggressive way, which Mr. Aloba would now twist and reframe as her threatening to kill him. Now, I'm just a spectator, but I'm more inclined to not believe Mohbad's father based on his previous actions and the lie he gave concerning the will. Why I said his behavior is getting dangerous is that he has a good number of supporters who believe he has done nothing wrong, and in fact he's a wonderful father, which is very debatable. The problem is that his smear campaign towards Wunmi and her family has incited a lot of people against her, and all it just takes is just 1 or 2 supporters to take things to the next level in the real world, for things to get very serious, which is a real possibility. Actually, this story reminds me of a movie I recently watched called Accused, in which the protagonist of the particular story is an Indian British person who was accused falsely of being a bomber of a train station, only for them to find out later that he's not the one. But within 24 hours of it being released to the internet, somebody claimed that they believe it was this particular Indian guy. Meanwhile, he was not the one. And very quickly, people were just tweeting his picture, tweeting his address. Before you know it, people are started to threaten him, his family, his girlfriend. And by nightfall, when it had gone really viral, some people just broke into his father's house where he was staying to come and try and kill him. And they really tried to kill him. 3 people came and they tried to kill him because they believed that he was a terrorist. It was racism plus anger and all that. And by the next morning, it was found out that he was not the one, but the damage had been done. In fact, the person that started the tweet that claimed that she believes he was the one, by the next morning when the truth came out that he was not the one, deleted her message, and everybody that incited the whole thing deleted their message, but the damage was done. In fact, even those that even came to try and kill him, they ended up getting killed. But that stuff scarred his life forever. I think this story is related to a real life story that happened in America concerning the Boston bombing a couple of years ago. So why I'm saying this is because the internet may seem like it's just cruise and fun, but cyberbullying is a real thing. All this inciting of people can take a very dark turn, because all it just takes is just one crazy person or two crazy people to just accost Wunmi and her family in real life and just do something. It's not as if the father is actually telling them to do it, but as he keeps blaming her and her family, talking, saying all these type of things, some supporters are not very grounded in reality. And all it just takes is just one person or two people to just see her in real life or know her address and just go there and just do something terrible. And the truth is that if he does something terrible, whoever this supporter is, God forbid it will not happen, but just imagine that it happens. Mr. Aloba, Mohbad's father, has entered a new era in his life, because people that are even supporting him will actually hang him out to dry. People that hate him, that don't like him, are only going to say, see what we are saying. Okay, so right now he's being very reckless with his accusations, saying that she wants to kill him and all these many negative things that he keeps talking about her and her family. It is getting dangerous. The final part of this particular video is related to Wunmi's silence. Now, as they say, silence is golden, and in some cases it actually works in a person's favor to present them as more powerful, like in the case of Yul Edochie and his wife May. But in this particular case, silence can cause real harm to Wunmi and her loved ones. It's been 4 months, and except for the initial post that she released, I think the next day or a few days after Mohbad's passing, which she has later deleted, she has remained silent and has refused to address the public. As I said earlier, in some cases silence is golden, but in this particular case, her silence can bring real problems for her. Because Mohbad's father seems to be on a very relentless smear campaign to destroy her reputation and the reputation of her family. So in this particular case, it's very important that she talks. She has to come and address the public, and even for the old DNA aspect, for the sake of this matter to actually pass and move on. Because as long as she's not saying anything, people will go along with the conspiracy. People have asked why she has refused to do the DNA, and I think through Iyabo Ojo, she claimed that DNA tests are expensive, and Mr. Aloba, which is Mohbad's father, cannot expect her to use her own money. I think DNA is like 150, 200k. So, and she also claimed that Mr. Aloba has not actually called her for them to actually do the DNA. And all this is doing is actually causing a lot of disunity and chaos. As a man, as a father, he should be a symbol of unity. He should be an authority of peace. What he's doing now is just very dangerous and very incorrect, because this is his son that we are talking about. If Mohbad had accepted Liam as his child, who is it to say that he doesn't accept? But even as such, even if he doesn't accept, he should have done it in-house. It should have been an in-house family thing. The fact that he keeps bringing it to the public for people to judge his in-law and see as not trustworthy or she cheated on him and all that, it can also bounce back on him, because what he's doing now is reaping the reward of people supporting him. But that's how people can quickly turn on him. Right now, he has both supporters and haters. All it just takes is just for him to just do something that can take it to the next level, and all the supporters that he's getting will just disappear. Because the story of Mohbad is a story of bullying. They bullied Mohbad when he was growing up. His stepmother bullied him. He went and joined Naira Marley. He got bullied. His life was not very easy, which is heavily documented. Now he has died. His family is now experiencing the same bullying. They are bullying his wife. They are bullying the wife's family. They are bullying the father. The father is now bullying Wunmi. So it's just a very terrible story. It's very sad, true. So all I can say is that it's very sad that Mohbad died the way he did at such a young age. It is even sadder the way his family, especially his father, is handling his passing. This story is still ongoing, and I'll be here to share my own perspective as time goes on. So if you like or dislike what you heard on this particular video, please drop a comment in the comment section. I would like to hear what you think about my opinion and my perspective. Also, if you like this particular content, this particular video, please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more contents related to the psychology of pop music. My name is Kola and I will see you in my next video. Bye.